Hello everyone, I'm Wendy Ross for the USTA and Harness Racing FanZone. We've hoped you enjoyed parts 1 and 2 of the 3-part series Road Warrior, sponsored by Omega Alpha Equine. Settle in and relax for the third and final installment as we head from the Meadows to Northfield Park and talk with Aaron about rules, moving on from the worst accident of his career, and how he learned to not take things for granted. We want to say thank you to Aaron for letting us spend the day with him, and congratulations on being named Driver of the Year in 2018.
Omega Alpha, your source for effective supplements through science since 1992, including Regeneric, Biotic 8, Hemex, Equine Liver Flush, Healthy Horse, Testos Boost, Minorec, Equine Anti-Flam, and many more.
You want a little heat on your back, Aaron? We're on our way home. Like, how are you usually feeling right now? Drained.
I usually just put like my iPad like right there in my car, and I put like a show on or sports if there's like games on. Like sometimes I leave and drive and there's like games on. Those or listen to shows or sports.
I've done that.
That's what I do.
Too.
Like, that's usually how I consist my ride back. It's a hell of a day for me. It saved me about $80.
It's like saved you. You got the easy pass.
$80. Oh.
How much is the How much is the tolls per day?
I don't even know. It just gets reloaded from my bank account at $105. You know what I mean? Like as soon as you spend $105, and I don't ever look at my bank account, so I don't know what I usually do. It is loud. That's why I listen. Or 80s on 8. You ever listen to 80s on 8? That's why I usually listen. Oh no, any Pat Benatar really though.
I just want you to know who I am.
I know.
We're en route. We got a little mud on your face.
Yeah, I did a nice job washing my face. Well, I want to bring the track with me,
Giving us the real feel.
Yeah.
What's the speed limit you would like me to go?
I mean, I won't, like in Ohio, I won't go over 79. No.
You don't?
No, because that is...
You're like, I'm just not doing
that. Yeah, I got to take it going 80 and a 70. And 81 and a 70 by an airplane.
So they said stay under 80?
Yeah, that's what the guy told me. They'll never pull you over, like 10 miles over.
You're like, are you just unlucky? Or I'm just saying, or do they have like an eye out for you now?
Case me, like follow my car around. But like I said, if I'm running a little bit late, I'll speed in like Pennsylvania. Like I'm not real big on speeding in Ohio because, like I said, they could take my license, which I've already lost it.
Now, tell us about what happened when they had to establish like the Aaron Merriman rule and how that transpired and like how you felt and what went on there.
Legitimately, I'm still mad about it.
You were mad, I remember.
Okay, so I'm racing at both tracks, and I was scheduling myself close on a daily basis, which might have been wrong, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. So of course, when you're scheduling yourself close and you are running a little bit behind, you're going to have to make up time somewhere, speed or whatever. Well, one day, which I wasn't driving, I was in the back seat or whatever. Anywho, I didn't get a ticket or anything. I got there and I missed a drive a couple times. And so they started like just really dinging me. I was like, okay, no big deal. So then I gave myself a little bit more leeway, so I was fine. But then, breathalyzers are just like, yeah, you're supposed to be there, you know what I mean? But like when you're there before you race, in my opinion, you're a driver, I think it should be fine. But all of a sudden I get this call and I, from the judges, and they say, hey, you got to start being scheduling an hour out, like leave yourself an extra hour. And I said, that's 3 races. That's screwing me. Like an hour out from the breathalyzer. Like that's 3 races. And they legitimately made an Aaron Merriman rule. So I had this rule, and then I had to beg and barter, and that was 45 minutes. But now I just kind of leave myself like usually 2:25 or whatever in between like a race and a race, like because it's less than a 2-hour drive if you don't hit traffic. It's like an hour and 55 minutes.
Now, do you feel that they did this to help you though, right?
That's what they say, but I mean, it didn't help me. It just aggravated me, and put me in a thing where you should treat everybody the same. Like there's been numerous times I was 4 minutes late for the breathalyzer, and 40 something minutes before my drive. $300.
That's a lot.
I've never been more than 10 minutes late, and they fine me $300. And I'm there minimum. The minimum at least was like 35 minutes before my race went on.
Never gonna get you out, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie to hurt you.
Well, from here, I would say it's going to be an hour and 10 minutes from here.
Have you been playing Catch Driver?
I don't play it often, but yes, I play it. Yeah, like people invite me. I think my average is like 290. I got like 40 wins or so. Like, I don't play it as much as the other guys, but I like to, but I won't play it while I'm driving.
Okay, I think we're definitely in Ohio. We're getting a wintry mix.
Yes. One of my favorite, like, weather, although I don't like racing in it, wintry mix. I don't care about size of track at all. Like, I mean, I guess speed carries a lot more at Northfield than it does at the Meadows. So slow quarters, I mean, you're at such a disadvantage. You know what I mean? Like your placement on the track there. Like, but unfortunately, like I said, the Meadows doesn't carry speed, like, you know, as much as the Northfield or the Poconos or something like that does. So, but like, I still have driver tendencies where I want to be aggressive and move a little bit earlier, and it doesn't bother me, but it bothers a lot of the trainers there that are so dead set on like first over is death, or like moving that early is, you know, a horrible move. But I mean, I don't think of it that way. I'll be honest, I think I'm grossly overbet at times. I mean, like, you know, if you're a good handicapper, I mean, you can definitely see like, oh my gosh, how is he being bet, you know what I mean, on this horse, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, I guess, you know, there's fan favorites and stuff like that or whatever, and you know, sometimes change is as good as anything. It's just not me getting on the horse, you know what I mean? Like, if the same guy's been driving it and it hasn't been racing well, and you know, and somebody else gets on the horse, like, it can be just same thing. They can make the horse, improve the horse, give it a better trip than I do. People put me down because they know I'm going to go forward.
Right. But is your bike, like, that's your thing, right? Like, you're comfortable in that? That's,
yeah.
So if it went down and you had to use another bike, you'd be like, oh, this is like,
it's yeah, I mean, I'm like real particular, especially about my seats. I did not want a new seat. Like, everybody's like, oh, can't you buy a new seat? Or my seat looks raggedy sometimes. But like, when they're broken, they're like perfect. He races major nemesis here, and he probably just brought two, like I said, so he didn't have to race one in the afternoon and one at night.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
But unfortunately, like, having the 8-hole at the Meadows is way better than having the 8-hole at Northfield. You know, there's no stagger gate. He's got the 8-hole. It's not going to be an easy trip for him. I mean, he's a really good horse. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be tough on him. You know, will you leave with him or?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, just make
I will not get away ninth unless he runs. That's the only shot I'm getting away ninth. Like, and I run and no one else does. Loyal, definitely loyal to the people that were loyal to me when, you know, after I got in that accident, even though it's been like 6 or 8 years or whatever, 7 years, like, I'm definitely loyal to them.
Do you think you're over it, or did you have to go through any certain time mentally where you're like?
I was over it immediately.
You were?
Oh yeah, I was over it immediately. But like, I wasn't as strong and as driving fit like as I could be, because I didn't go out like, I mean, I jumped right back in as soon as I could. You know what I mean? Like, I was very, 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 very weak, was out for whatever time, you know, on the ground there, and I woke up and my hands aren't connected. You know, that's not a good feeling.
That they fixed you and that you could drive again.
Oh,
yeah.
At first, it was real scary, because like what are the chances my dad was racing it that day too? Like, my dad was there that day, and like, I'm in the hospital there, and this guy comes in and he's like, they're talking about amputating my hand because of the infection, you know what I mean, from the track and stuff like that. And here I go, you know what I mean? Like, I did cry. I said, you got to be effing kidding me! Like, are you for real? Like, my dad's like, oh, don't worry about it or whatever. And they said, we're flying in an expert from Philadelphia, and this woman, they flew her there that day, like, when it happened, to try to save your hand. This was the original thing. So she gets there and she's telling me these scenarios, you know, what they're going to do with my hand, which, you know, my memory is not phenomenal because I got serious brain trauma from it, but like, talking about, you know, putting the, you know, where you have the bars or whatever, like on the outside of the skin, you know, stuff like that, and it'll take this long. And I was like, all right. Well, she said when she woke up, my dad was telling me how it's exactly how she was patting herself on the back when my eyes first opened, and and I didn't have those bars on there. And he says when they pulled my hand back down, like, everything lined right up. So like everything lined right back up. So there's like 8 pins in there, and then there's a couple screws still in there. There's 8 pins, like, on, you know, they were on the outside actually, and my elbow had, you know, 32 staples from here to there.
what did you come out of that race? How did you feel like when you got back? Were you like, this is just, don't take so much for granted? Like,
oh, for sure. Especially when you're sitting on the sidelines watching races, like, you know what I mean? And like, absolutely. You look back and you see, like, we'll just say pissing and moaning and being a baby about, like, not winning a race or something like that or whatever, like, and throwing a tantrum. Like, I mean, and this is a privilege, like, to race horses for a living. Like, it's a privilege to drive horses. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like, you meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of friends, you get to, you know, work with horses who are a phenomenal creature.
How many miles does your car get?
I've put 50,000. Yeah.
How many miles are on the other car?
330.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Ted serious?
Hi, how are you?
Did you have a license?
We got
That's Wendy
Aaron
Ross,
with us.
USTA.
Oh, okay.
Good,
Go
there
ahead.
you go. Yeah, you got Aaron. Yeah, there you go.
You're throwing my name around. I'm like, oh, look at Aaron.
Sit here.
It looks cold here.
Oh, it looks like it's gonna be nice out. The first is going
First
to the
is
gate
going
right
to the
now.
gate.
Yeah.
We're good.
And guess what? We're off to the races, hopefully, to win a race, maybe. So, you know, what else do you need? I mean, he does your job for you. You know, he just gets to the front and he just kind of sits down and just waits for you to ask him, you know.
Better than being a terrific driver, he's a terrific person. He'd do anything for you. He's a great communicator. He's a very, very good horseman. When he comes off the track and tells you there's something wrong with the horse, there's something wrong with the horse, and you better pay attention to it.
How are you going to win tonight, Tyler?
I'm just watching you win them all.
Thank God.
That's so shred brown.
15th race will be about midnight. Stick around.